Hi everyone, Hank here from Lucky's Mini Trucks Expert Accessories. Today we are going to be installing the final revised version of the tow hitch bumper for mini trucks. This one is for the DB52. As you can see, it looks very different than other bumpers available for mini trucks. See, these are the brackets. Everything's been gusseted for strength. So, you know, whatever you're using this bumper for, either pulling your 4,000 or 5,000 Ice Castle, trailer, using it for recovery, the bumper's not going to bend. The bumper itself, on the back side, you can see it's got this gusset plate here, this triangular gusset plate. This was welded in place for strength and again to spread the load. So when you're pulling real hard here, you know, bumpers tend to going to want to bowl. This is going to spread load and keep this from bending. And then this bar here is a bar to spread load again for strength, you know, to protect the bumper and to protect the truck. So what this bar does here is you're going to slide this right into this hole here on the truck. Grab your bracket. And the bracket will go bolt in here. Now with the hardware supplied, these two holes here, you can either use a nut and bolt to also secure it or plug weld it. So we're going to leave that open to you, but today we're actually going to plug weld on this rig here because we are going to use this bumper here to mount a 10,000 pound winch for recovery. All right, so most of you guys will probably be doing this by yourself. Now this bumper is pretty heavy, so here's a couple little tricks. Make it a little bit easier if you're doing it yourself. So to get started here, I just put one bolt here, take a piece of tape and just make a little hole, put it on there on each bolt. This is just to keep the bolt in place, because when you go with the heavier bumper, you're gonna go put it together here, the bolt will tend to, you know, fall out and it just becomes a headache. So this is just an easy trick. Now you'll be able to get that piece of tape off fairly easy once the bumper's on there and you start tightening everything down. We're gonna do it on this side too. All right, so now we got a bolt inside to get started. Got the bumper here. We're just going to put it there, and see how that tape now just stopped it from going by. So what I like to do is, if you're doing it by yourself here, use a little strap here, strap it on a tailgate, and then put this, just adjust this length here. There we go. And then that'll help keep everything in place so it doesn't fall. And go ahead and start. There's 4 nuts and bolts per side. So once we'll go at that side quick, and we'll get this bottom one here on this side. All right, so now once you get that, you know, now that's somewhat secure, you can just go ahead and pull off the tape that you put on there to hold the bolt in place. Now that won't fall out. And then just go ahead and put on the rest of the bolts. All right, so we got the bolts on there, all 8, 4 on each side. Now, don't tighten up completely, just snug it up a little bit because we need to make the adjustments. So you can see all bumps here. It's all the bracket, the bumper, it's slotted for adjustment, left to right. So you just want to get it even from side to side. So we'll check this one quick here, just for demonstration. It looks like we need to go over just a little bit this way. Now I like to use a little level. This is a stage where I like to get a little level, and this is where the strap comes in handy here like this. So we're gonna see if this is level. Again, though, the bolt going here on this on the bracket here, going to tube is still, it's snug, but it's loose, and we haven't put in the bolts or plug welded the other part of the bracket yet. So this is important to get everything leveled so we know where to tighten everything down at. So you can see it's obviously not level here. This is where the strap is nice, because then we just basically move it into place until it is level. All right, we are level there now. So now we know this is level, and it's in the spot where it needs to be left and right. We can go ahead and tighten down these 8 bolts here. These are 15 millimeters. Tighten those down. We can snug down or tighten down the bolt on each side that ties the bar, and either put the bolts in there or plug weld those holes. All right, so we got the bumper all installed. So we opted to plug weld. You can see where the 2 holes were there. We opted to plug weld this one because we did a 10,000 pound winch on this truck. This truck is a track truck for the customer that's gonna be used to access his cabin that's in a pretty remote area. So, you know, there's gonna be mud, snow, most likely it could get stuck. So we wanted to have a really heavy duty wrench, you know, for him to do recovery if he does get stuck, because he will be out in the middle of nowhere. But you can see the bumpers on there. This is 2-inch receiver, pretty straightforward install. There we have it. It's the expert bumper for the DB52.